What's up, everybody? I'm David Michael, and today we're talking about the brand new Denon DJ PRIME 4 Plus. Now, like its beloved predecessor, this is a 4-channel standalone DJ system powered by Engine OS. No laptop required, though it does work with Serato and Virtual DJ. You can manipulate your digital music with its incredible multi-gesture touchscreen and source your digital music from USB, SD card, internal hard drive, streaming service, or even Dropbox. Now, the original PRIME 4 was a huge hit 4 years ago and is still incredibly popular. So what does this new version have in store? Stay tuned to find out, right here on Passionate DJ. Now, when Denon DJ came out with the original PRIME 4 back in 2019, I don't think it's controversial to say that they knocked it out of the park. Upon release, it was the only true standalone 4-channel DJ system, and actually the competition has only now just caught up, just in time for Denon DJ to come out with a new iteration. And so I guess that's where I'll start with this review. The PRIME 4 Plus is a refined and enhanced version of the original. You can think of it basically as a PRIME 4 Mark II, rather than a wholly new product or concept. It's been refined rather than redesigned. Now, this version is the same size and shape as the original PRIME 4, and it mostly looks the same, particularly when powered down. It's made of the same materials, it has the same inputs and outputs, the same controls and knobs and buttons on top. It even has that same gorgeous 10.1-inch touchscreen with multi-gesture support. The jog wheels are slightly different, with the top surface area being a little bit larger. So what's different about the PRIME 4 Plus? Well, of course, like the other Plus devices before it, there is the inclusion of Amazon Music. This is something that can't be added as an over-the-air update, as there's apparently some sort of hardware DRM. And in other words, there's a chip that needs to be in there somewhere for Amazon Music to work. But the other big deal with this new version is the inclusion of real-time stems. Well, eventually. The public beta for this is going to be open in about 3 months from now, and it'll initially be coming exclusively to the PRIME 4 Plus. So as DJ software has quickly trended towards stems, there's been some question as to whether this would be coming to any standalone hardware. And of course, Denon DJ is just the company to unleash this to the DJing world. Now, there are a few aesthetic differences too. Right off the bat, you'll notice that they've toned down that extreme, UFO green and blue thing. If you're the kind of person who likes the PRIME 4, but you found that bright color scheme to be a bit garish, you'll appreciate this change. So everything is brought up to par with Denon DJ's current look. The bright RGB squares have been changed to these black buttons with a light line going through it. They've also rubberized the play and pause buttons, which makes them feel really nice, and I'm happy to say that they've changed this top section here to a matte finish, rather than fingerprinty, scratchy gloss black. Outside of that, it's the PRIME 4 that we all know and love. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's got a ton of music source options. It's got 4 USB inputs, an SD card slot, a 2.5-inch SATA hard drive bay on the bottom, or you could stream directly from Beatport Link, Beat Source Link, SoundCloud Go Plus, and Tidal, or even from your own Dropbox account, just like all the other Engine OS stuff. Now, it's also got tons of connectivity options, so you can connect it to any sound system, and it even contains a Zone 2 option where you can play a completely separate playlist to another room. You get lighting control for DMX and smart lighting from Nanoleaf and Philips Hue, and it does unlock Serato DJ and is compatible with Virtual DJ. So just to reiterate, the PRIME 4 is a monster of a device that does all the things, and the PRIME 4 Plus is just an extension of that. It'll retail for $21.99 and is available as of the release of this video. Now look, the PRIME 4 Plus is a terrific bit of hardware, and I look forward to diving further into it in this video, but you already know the deal. This is a PRIME 4 Plus. That means it's as good as the original and then some, so if you're already itching to get one, it is available now, and you can order yours at the DJ Hookup. That's where I get my DJ gear, not only because they offer free shipping and 90-day returns, but because they, actually care about getting the right gear to the right DJ. So, for example, maybe this video has you wanting to get into an Engine OS device, but, the PRIME 4 Plus just isn't in your budget. So you can just get in that little chat bar and talk to one of their friendly reps.
Now, as the highest rated DJ retailer online, they work hard to make sure that you get what you're looking for. And they even have financing options, so why wait? Order from the folks who sell DJ equipment to their friends.
Now, when the Prime 4 came out in 2019, it honestly kind of blew us all away, right? It was so far ahead of its time. There was so much this got right. And so the Denon DJ team was smart to not change things too much. So again, when you're looking at this, you're going to have the same build quality as the original Prime 4. Everything's pretty much placed where you expect it to be. It has the same lovely little OLED screens here and the same effects layout. It has the same lovely 10.1-inch touchscreen, the same pads. All these things were inherited from the Prime 4 with some minor aesthetic upgrades. So again, we talked about the color differences with all the lighting. So the metering has this white and blue thing going on. They've really toned down the greens. And so it's just a little bit easier on the eyes. It doesn't glow at you so much, particularly with the beat pads here. They've also slightly changed the jog wheels here. So while they're still the same 6-inch capacitive touch jog wheels as before, they've basically increased this top diameter and lessened the slope here is basically how they did the increased surface area that you actually touch, while overall it's still the same size. So over here at the top left, you have all your mic controls for mic 1 and 2. You can get some control over your sound by adjusting the 3-band EQ on mic 1. Mic 2 has a 2-band EQ and then an echo function. The effects layout is the same as before, meaning that they have not taken this and changed it to the way that other mixers or even like the SC Live 2 and 4 devices are, where they work like more a traditional hardware club mixer, and it has the assignable effects with the section down here on the bottom right of the mixer section. This still has that same fine-tuned controller style effects above each deck here for controlling effects 1 and effects 2. You also have the sweep effects, which are these single knob effects here. So you can use these to control these sweep effects: filter, echo, wash, and noise. So that's just your single turn effects right there. These RGB light rings around the jog wheels indicate which deck is playing, which is really convenient, so you can look at it and know, hey, if I look over here and I've got it switched to green, I'm actually controlling deck 3 over here, the second deck over here, rather than deck 1. Plenty of loop controls. You've got the rotary encoder version here. That's my particular favorite, where you click it in to enable the loop and twist it to adjust the size. You also have your manual in and out loops here, and you can do auto loops using the pads. And because this does onboard music analysis, meaning that you don't necessarily have to put this into the desktop software in order to analyze and prepare your tracks, you can do it right here on the Prime 4 Plus. And so they even give you controls here for editing your beat grid on the fly. So if you want to really dial that stuff in and actually prep your tracks on the device itself, you can do that using these buttons. Now, when the original Prime 4 came out, it basically astonished us with all of the different storage options that it had, and of course, all those carry over here to the Prime 4 Plus. So if you go up to the top right here, you'll see you have an SD card slot as well as 2 USB ports so that you could put a USB drive in there. You also have 2 USB ports around on the back, as well as a square USB port used to connect this to a laptop. So if you want to use this to unlock Serato DJ, you can do that. You can also use it with Virtual DJ. So as of right now, if you want to do stems, that's actually the best way to do it, is to use this as a software controller and connect it to one of those 2 pieces of software. But in addition to those storage options, it also has on the bottom a little hatch that you can open up and stick a little SATA hard drive in there, which is great. So you could put terabytes and terabytes of your whole music collection in there and carry it with you everywhere you take this controller. Looking here on the back at its ports and connections, you'll see why the Prime 4 Plus is such a versatile device and why the original model has served so many types of DJs well. Next to the 2 XLR mic inputs, you'll find 4 sets of channel inputs in case you want to connect external connections like DJ players or turntables. You get both balanced and unbalanced outputs, XLR booth outputs, and an entirely separate zone out. This is where you can connect sound for a second room, playing a totally different playlist. The onboard Ethernet connection is great. Not only can you use it for hardwired internet or to connect and share music across Denon DJ devices, but you can also use it via SoundLink to control lighting and VJ effects. And of course, we already talked about the plethora of USB and other storage options on the Prime 4 Plus, but it's worth bearing in mind that you can even connect a USB keyboard to one of these ports for easy track searching. But now that we've talked about all that, we need to talk about this stems thing. Ah yes, stems. Now, this is all the rage in digital DJing right now, and you could almost predict that Denon DJ would be the ones to bring real-time audio separation to standalone hardware. There will be a public beta for this feature on the Prime 4 Plus coming around September. Now, there's an existing build of Denon DJ OS which does contain this functionality, but as of the making of this video, I personally haven't yet had the chance to access it like some of the bigger DJ channels, so for now, I'll put links to those videos in the description below so you can hear examples of how it sounds. But suffice it to say, it's definitely an early build. The audio quality of the separated parts, basically reminds me of the record box implementation that came out on day one with the FLX10. And by that I mean it's doing the thing, but it definitely doesn't sound as good as Serato or Virtual DJ yet. But I have full faith in InMusic and the Denon DJ team when it comes to this. I look forward to testing it in a future video. Well, here's the interesting thing though. While it's true that this will only be available on the new Prime 4 Plus at first, rumor has it that it could be coming to other Engine OS hardware down the line. What hardware? Well, it's hard to say. Separating tracks into individual pieces in real time like this, without any pre-calculation ahead of time, is computationally expensive. I doubt we'll see this feature coming to devices like the Mixstream Pro or the Prime Go. But how cool would it be to see this on the SC6000? Now that would be a huge step up for Denon DJ over the competition if they could bring it to market first. Being able to remove, combine, and apply effects to individual stems as a function of a standalone DJ player sounds like an exciting development to me. Now the real question is, will this feature come to the original Prime 4? And I wish I had an answer for that, because undoubtedly some of you are wondering whether or not you should upgrade your Prime 4 in order to do stems. Well, Denon DJ does have a history of sneaking in hardware to their devices, like when they first released the SC5000 player and then later announced they had added Wi-Fi functionality as an over-the-air update. And they've already had to modify the internals somewhat for Amazon Music functionality. It's quite possible that there's been a CPU or memory bump or something else going on behind the scenes that gives the Prime 4 Plus adequate horsepower. I just don't know at this point. Well, hopefully we'll have a few more answers on this later in the year. Now, if you've watched my coverage of Denon DJ stuff in the past, you'll have heard me say this before, so I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but the first thing that you should do when you get one is update to the latest version of Engine OS. This ecosystem is constantly getting improved with features and fixes and updates and stuff, so chances are you aren't experiencing everything the device has to offer if you haven't done this. Now on the Prime 4 Plus, it's pretty easy. As long as you've connected to your Wi-Fi, it should pop up and tell you when there's an update. You can run the update straight over the web via that Wi-Fi connection, and it should handle the rest. Anyway, a few weeks ago, Engine DJ 3.1 was released, and it was a rather big update. Specifically, it came with a bunch of new effects for Denon DJ devices, including the addition of a new thing called Touch Effects. All you have to do is select it here from the screen and it pops up these little boxes. Now this is an XY grid, and those little boxes represent time divisions. So as you go from left to right, it changes the beat division. Going down to up, you'll change another parameter, like a filter. So the idea is that you can sweep back and forth with your finger to modify the effect, or to use it as a transition tool between tracks. Here's another one called Filter Roll. There's also a slider at the bottom of the screen that can be used to adjust a custom parameter, in this case, the resonance of the filter. And so folks, that's the Prime 4 Plus. Now as it turns out, the first company to truly best Denon DJ's 2019 model is
Denon DJ, and it's another Prime 4. I find this kind of fascinating. This sort of staying power instills confidence in the product, the brand, and its ecosystem. You know, the company's standing behind their product, even doubling down on it because they know they made something special. Now, I know Denon DJ isn't perfect, but this makes me want to root for them. I mean, we can put stems to the side. If you're looking at standalone DJ systems and you're willing to spend the money, this is king of the mountain. The Prime 4 disappointed almost no one, which is why the 4 Plus seeks only to modernize the original design and feature set. So whether you're a club DJ, a mobile DJ, or a live stream DJ, it really doesn't matter. This thing is designed to serve everyone. Of course, it remains to be seen how exclusive the Stems Club is when it comes to Denon DJ gear, and it also remains to be seen how good that will actually be when it launches. So as a piece of DJ gear, buy with confidence, preferably from the DJ hookup. As for what pieces of Denon DJ gear you should upgrade to this from, I'll have to get back to you. But that's going to wrap it for today. If you want to learn more about Engine OS and Denon DJ stuff, I'll go ahead and put links to my guides in the descriptions below. So thank you all so much, as always, for watching. I'm David Michael. This has been Passionate DJ, and keep on spinning.